So if you've been following along on my Christmas at the farmhouse, I have been redoing areas in my home and sharing them with you. My porch is one of my favorite things to do, and I have some ideas for it, but I've been waiting for good weather. And we also have roofers coming. So they actually dropped off a bunch of stuff today, very unexpected, and I'm feeling the pressure. And they're also talking about a storm coming. Can you hear the wind? So anyway, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up really quickly. I have like 2 or 3 hours before it says rain is starting to come. And I can't film when it's raining because my camera sits in the open weather. So let's just hurry up and get started. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification button because I will be dropping new videos for Christmas. And I better get going. Per usual, I like to start with a clean slate, so I got rid of everything fall related and that I knew I wasn't going to use, which was pretty much everything, and I swept it clean. I knew I wanted to start off with these 2 large urns that hold feather trees. They came from my shop. I've had them for a few years now. I really liked how substantial and beautiful they were on either side of the door. I had some elaborate ideas that I had wanted to try, but because of the roofers and because of the storm, I had to pare back to pretty minimal. I still think it turned out pretty, but it isn't quite the vision I had. You'll see as we go. I was actually looking through some old Christmas books by Martha Stewart from the 90s, and I saw this really beautiful feather tree in it that looks similar to these, so that kind of made me feel special. Not sure why. I guess it's just Martha Stewart. These were a little complicated to put together, so I fast forwarded it and clipped out a lot of it. Anyway, here they are. Now for a quick little water and Bailey break, and I needed some gloves because it was starting to get really cold. If you go back and watch my porch video for Christmas last year, Bailey was just a little puppy and he was so tiny. I can't believe how much he's grown. I'll link that video above if you want to go watch it. It's a totally different style on my porch last year, and if you want some different inspiration, it might be great for that. And if you want some true farmhouse inspiration, then go ahead and check that out. Today I'm doing more of a what I might call my Oh Holy Night theme. It's more blues and golds. It's going to be a little bit more wintry and less Christmassy, but still with a Christmas theme. The only bad thing about these feather trees is the lights, because you can see the strings, which means you normally have to add a lot of ornaments if you want to have lights on it, which is totally fine. I feel like it worked out. You can see my theme here. I've got blues and grays and silvers and golds. I have these gold stars and some snowflake, again trying to keep with that Oh Holy Night, just very wintry theme. And now through the magic of editing, I'll decorate the trees. In order to make sure they didn't blow away, I wrapped the hanger around the snowflakes, which kept them very secure. Also, forgive my fingernails, but I did want to show you that I used a regular metal hanger on these ornaments, just folded it in half and then double it over the branch, so it kept them really secure. I have not lost a single one of them, and it was quite windy. Well, I tried really hard to get it all done, but it's dark now and it's too hard to film, so I'm hoping that I'll get another day to finish this up. If not, it's pretty, it looks beautiful, it looks Christmassy at least, and the roofers are coming tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Well, thankfully the roofers left early the next day and I was able to sneak out and do a little bit more decorating.
I had this wreath that the lights needed to be plugged in, but I didn't like that idea on the door. I found some battery powered ones that were a nice warm yellow, and I put on 2 strands. These had a variety of settings. I could make them flash, fade, or just solid, but I tend to just be a solid girl. And then they also had a timer, which was great, so I set them to come on right at dusk. A plaid ribbon. It had navy blue, red, the green that's on the outside of the house, and some white. So I felt like it was a really good color palette for the porch. Then I decided I didn't like it on the top, wanted it on the bottom, and just flipped everything around. I don't know why this seems so much better, but I do like the balance a lot better for the door. I went ahead and clipped to the end with a fishtail look. If you don't know how to do that, you can actually go back to my other porch video where I do a bow tutorial. It looked a little boring, it needed something else on it, so I added these white frosted branches. And then some of the small gold ornaments that I hung on the tree, I placed throughout the wreath as well. Wreaths can be so super expensive. The elements that I added to this one were very inexpensive, so don't be afraid to get a plain wreath and just add some stuff to it to make it look better. I wanted to add a little bit of extra decor on the corners. I forgot to show you this table with the church, which I thought was really cute on the right side. I added the cat and then this little green bucket that I'm going to fill up with fake snowballs. Now I had some snowballs that you'll see me use in another video, but I didn't want them to get ruined outside. So I took some of this batting that I had used in my hutch with the Christmas trees and literally just rolled them into balls. And are they rough looking? Yes, but are they kind of cute and quaint? I think so. Let me know what you think in the comments. It was a cheap fix and I thought it filled this bucket rather nicely. I also felt like my trees were a little bit fancy and some of these elements that were a little bit more rustic toned it down a bit. This is a 1910 farmhouse after all. On the left side, I wanted to put this silhouette nativity that's made out of metal. I had a backlight that I tried, but the glare on it, it didn't matter how I did it, the glare was just too much behind these. So the next day I tried a couple other elements to see if that might help. This sort of worked. It has the green that I pulled in from the other side, but the brown crate behind it kind of just was too drab behind the silhouettes. I almost feel like I should paint the silhouettes. If I did, what color would you paint them? I'm kind of torn. They at least needed a serious cleanup, so I took a moment and I gave them a good scrub. And then I decided to try this white basket instead with the greenery in it. I do feel like this might be the better choice because of the height of the flowers in this basket, and then the white behind the silhouetted figures is just more of a contrast. I added this plaid metal basket behind them for a little bit more height on top, and I'm kind of liking that. I think that's what works. One last addition, I added this Hello floor mat that I got at Walmart. I'll link that below. And here is the finished product in the daytime. And then again, forgive my dirty porch. This is after the roofers have been around, and the finished product at night.
Well, that's all for episode 4 of Christmas at the Farmhouse. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button because I will be dropping a full house tour of all the Christmas areas. So have a blessed and happy holiday.